Hello guys, welcome back. It's Thursday again, and as I promised you before, I am doing this cheaters decoded challenge, and it's more about trying to understand the behavior of cheaters. How can you save yourself when you find yourself in that situation? So welcome back. As we embark on this, I just wanted to do a little bit of kind of introduction. Hey, I've been doing this recording for the last 3 days, and then things have been happening and making me not to do it. But anyway, I'm here, so let's start. So what are these beliefs and myths you've heard about cheating and everything? We've clearly heard about monogamous is unnatural, made up just biologically polygamous and all that shit you've had. It's quite interesting, like, for real, someone gets in a monogamous relationship and they are biologically polygamous. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense in the minds of the African men and women we have nowadays. But for sure, what I'm going to tell you today is, as much as you might think monogamous is unnatural and men are biologically meant to be polygamous, the reality is, if you commit to be in a monogamous relationship, it's your job and your responsibility to hold to the end of that commitment, whether you are biologically polygamous or not. But again, I've been asking myself, so what makes a person decide to commit to a monogamous relationship and in between or during this monogamous relationship or marriage they're in, they decide, oh yeah, polygamous, biologically, this and all that. But anyway, let's start this. So let's get it started. First of all, infidelity is one of those sins which have even been stated in the Bible, and actually we have 2 commandments against cheating. First one, you punish for just doing it, and the second one is just thinking about it. And the funny thing, we still have 9 countries in this world where actually cheating it's illegal. It's illegal. If you look at countries like Asia, look at Philippines, and most of the most of the Islamic countries, actually infidelity is not something to be entertained. But the funny thing is, it's not entertained for the women. It's like women are not allowed to be, what do I call it? They're not allowed to be cheaters. Imagine, it's that sad. Men, you can't cheat here. But men have the past. Actually, it's been there since. That's why you hear every time we talk about cheating, every time we talk about polygamy, there's always that dude who throws in the African society, polygamous is allowed, like men are allowed to be polygamous. The African man cannot be monogamous. Like, fuck you. What do you know about it then? First, if you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, don't commit to her. The moment you're going to approach someone and you want maybe to be in a relationship or to marry them, just tell them openly, I'm a polygamous man, according to the African setting and society and culture and those values and those beliefs you hold, I'm not allowed to be monogamous. So what do you think if we try polygamous? Actually, that will work. There's someone who is willing to do that polygamy thing you keep on debating about and all that shit. You keep talking about it. You just have to communicate about it. Just say, sincerely, deep and looking at me, I don't think I was meant for this monogamous shit. So can we try polygamy? Can we be in an open relationship or marriage and all that? Because actually I am tired of this debate where we always having these issues, and then someone throws this shade about the African man and society and culture and that kind of bullshit. Because you know what? We are way past that. And actually, we have the right to communicate. Whether people want whatever you want. If they don't want to be in a polygamous, whatever shit you want to be in, let them go and go find someone who is interested in that, supply demand. Like, you can always get that person. So don't try to put us in this box where we have to fit in this African thing you keep calling society, or whatever beliefs you hold. Because if I'm committing to a monogamous relationship, I'm working to do that. So we've had this society where it's so allowed for men to be polygamous because they have the pass card, they have been socialized to believe they cannot be monogamous, because the many women you have, the more wealth it shows. And actually, let me take you back. In this African society and culture you keep referring to every time the cheating card is thrown on your face, those times, the times of our mothers, not really our mothers, our great grandmothers and whatever fathers, marriage was an economic institution. Economic, very economic. It was all about what you could offer. And then men had the advantage of going out and getting all those things they needed, They had the rights to land, they could do this long distance trade and things, and they were able to provide. Actually, it was based on provision. All they needed was kids, and the women needed provision. So it was easier for a woman to go to the man who was able to provide. And if they were even 10, they will still go. And it was okay. It was okay to do that. But we have moved so many steps from that, Nowadays, marriage is not an economic institution. It's a romantic institution. We don't go to marry so that people will provide for us. Okay, we still have those people who hold that belief. That's why we are always having this debate, broke guys, you cannot talk while you're broke, and all that shit. Because you know what? There are people who are still carrying that economic institution to the life we have now, where we have so much gender equality and all that. And we've had men so many times complain, that the women want money, don't give them money. This kind of interesting, and actually, it's kind of a bullshit. Because, you want to be broke, yes, and you don't want to provide. And you still want to be in a polygamous. How fun could that get? Like, you want to have 10 women, yet you cannot provide for one. Does it really make sense? So, can you just leave that? Those who want to go to it for the economic part of it, let them go. Those who want to go for the romantic part of it, let them go. But don't brush it off the face. Or don't oppress women in this sense, like, you have to take my cheating because as a man I'm polygamous and all the bullshit. Anyone can be polygamous, But women have been socialized to believe that their sexuality is something to be ashamed about, You cannot express your sexual needs, If your man cannot fulfill them, you cannot get them from anywhere outside. Actually, because as a woman, you're going to be ashamed about it. So what you do is you deny your sexual needs, you deny your sexual desires, so that, the society can applaud you and tell you, madam, this woman. Hey, somebody today told me, because I was speaking about chores and everything, because I believe a marriage is something where we come as friends, we come as companions, and we help each other. It's a growth thing. And that's why if you're not growing me, mentally, whatever, physically, financially, and every shit, I am not down for that thing. Because it's a place you grow. As I grow, you grow. As you grow, I grow. So somebody told me, this competition you're trying to pull here about, men and women sharing chores and everything. Men and women are not supposed to compete. Everyone has their role. Yes, we have our roles, but how do we do them? Am I going to suffer trying to do some roles because they have been assigned to me as you enjoy, and then we call it an equal whatever marriage? Okay, apparently this person thinks they're not supposed to be equal, and then they throw the shit at me and tell me, you are not unworthy. Marriage, you are unworthy marriage material. Look at me, clearly. That is not the shit that defines me as a person. I go to it as a whole person, not to be fulfilled, like not to have this void where someone has to. Alone I can stand. Together we can do better, That's the thing. So nowadays marriage is not an economic institution. It's a romantic institution. People love each other. People go to reach to grow each other. Emotional connection is not the shit about money. And then anyway, we have these people are complaining about money all the time. You can't afford this, they can't do this. It's all right. If you want to go it through the economic way, which was done like centuries ago, madam, sir, you have all the way to go. You have all the way to go. But the point of this is trying to create awareness, and I'm doing this to create awareness to women. You don't deserve a cheater in your life. That's the point. You don't deserve one. If it's making you uncomfortable, you need to communicate it. Set your boundaries, say, I can't take this shit. You want to continue doing this, it's about time I stepped. Anyway, if you want to stay with that cheater, don't be ashamed about it. Don't be ashamed about it. It's your decision, remember. So, moving from this kind of men having the pass card to cheat, and women getting not allowed to cheat and socialized, this thing you have to persevere, this is what marriages are made of. People will cheat, it's not made of perfect people, everyone brings their flaws into it. There's one thing I'm going to tell you, okay? Everyone has their flaws. Yes, everybody is imperfect. Mistakes can be forgiven and all that. But you cheat once, twice, thrice, and you still want to be pardoned. Okay, like I know the Bible says forgive 77 times, whatever times, yes. But we ain't Jesus, we ain't Jesus. So the reality is this: commit to a monogamous relationship when you can be able to hold the end of your day. Don't expect to sit down to cheat on someone, but you want them to be committed. They are committed to you, but you are not committed to them. And I tend to feel like this is kind of superiority shit. You think this person is not, it's kind of inferior, they are not as worthy as you think you are. Their value is kind of a bit down, they are kind of inferior to you. So you think you cheating because apparently you provide. Yeah, you provide. So, I provide, so I can still cheat, I can have as many women as I want. I can have as many men as I want because of provision. I know there are the power dynamics and all that shit. But if you cannot be able to balance between love and power, you're going to suffer. Because if you just you think your best trait is to love, you're going to suffer because someone is going to take advantage of you. And if you think your best trait is power, you're going to cause pain to another person. And that's all we don't want to have. We all don't want to have. I know monogamous is not everyone's cup of tea. So if you cannot fit in it, just do the other thing. That is the polygamy and polyamory thing. But if you think it's okay for you as you go, don't do it for the society, so that people in the society who have married, they have kids, they have these beautiful wives who are crying in the toilets every day, they are respected in the society. So as long as I have this woman and I have kids that I seem to have a home running, it is all right. Don't do it for that sake. And I want women to step up and realize you don't deserve a cheater, by the way. You are enabling that behavior. And if you have seen your parents survive, they persevered each other. I know most of us grew up seeing our mothers crying and everything, and they didn't have a choice. And then we learn this is what women should do. You just sit there and cry. People treat you like shit, and you don't feel like you're worthy. You need to start doing your inner healing journey. And when cheating happens, I tell people, like, I'm a real person, I'm a very real person. As much as I'm a coach and I am a therapist, I'm going to tell you some shit which is going to be sold to you. The moment you step to a barber shop and tell this guy, I need you to cut my hair, do you think you can do it? Definitely they can do it because they are in business. They will be like, say no more, say no more, say no more. They will cut your hair. The same way, the moment you walk into a therapist's office trying to fix your marriage, they will tell you they can fix it. They can fix it. And I'm going to be very sincere with you. You come to me and you're trying to reconcile something, I can see it's not going to work. I can clearly tell this thing doesn't seem to work. I am looking at your face and I'm telling you, look at me. You've been played. And that's the reality of it. There's no sugarcoating shit here. Why will I? Okay, I will want to have the money so that you have 11, 50, 70 sessions with me. Yes. Because I am in business, probably. But the reason why I started this whole thing, I didn't start so that I can collect money from people. I started so that I can create awareness in people, so that you can understand. Maji yakishamwagika yazoleki. Yakimwagika yamemwagika. And if people are not working towards making this thing or trying to go to the river and fetch some more water, There's no point of wasting. And I have heard this saying so many times. People say, men don't like therapy, men don't go to therapy and all that. They have this negative whatever perception about therapy. You know why they don't go, most of them? Because they know they don't want to work on this thing. Yeah, they know that. Like, I cheated on you, you're telling me to go to therapy. I don't want to go because I don't believe in therapy and therapists and shit. Probably, I don't believe I want to change. Like, I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want to keep you and I want to keep my affair partner. We shall talk about having the cake and eating it. I want to have the cake and I want to eat. I want to keep a family, this picture in the society and all that, but I still want to have my affair partner. Because there's that void inside me I want to fulfill. There are these needs I think you cannot meet. Reason why: communicate to needs. Is it your sexual needs or no? Is it that she didn't give you a BG, now you want to go get it from her, or you want to, okay, those people are in the prostitution business, or there's this some other lady who promised to do that. Communicate to it. And that's why I tell people sexual compatibility is very important in relationship, because you will realize that people can do things that people can do. That is them. Those are their core values. They know what they can do. And when your core values and beliefs don't match, it's going to be a difficult journey. I better be sincere with you. So this issue about cheating and everything and the polygamy are being thrown to you, and you keep we keep advising each other, it rains everywhere, you can run out of Kisumu because it's raining, and now you're going to Mombasa, it will still rain in Mombasa. The reality is, stop enabling these people who are treating you like shit. Stop enabling it. If someone cannot hold down to their promise of committed relationship, let them go. There are so many men out here. That's the reality you'll come to realize. There are so many. And the cheating act is just a selfish thing. If you feel like you need an own learn how to communicate. And if you've cheated, it's okay. Once can be forgiven, but twice, no. That's why there is this saying, once beaten, twice shy. Because the moment you forgive someone for the first time, and you don't see they don't hold their end of goal to make sure this works, and working involves going to a therapist, getting to admit your mistakes, getting to feel the guilty, and working towards ensuring you don't do it again. But when someone does it, they don't want to work through it. They don't want to go and see a professional counselor or a therapist who can help you to get to heal all these things you think you're suffering from, or for you to understand that void you have inside you can only be filled by you, not other 10 parties outside here. There's no need of you trying to work on it. And I call it, reconciliation is more like a unicorn. You have heard about this unicorn thing for so many times, but have you really ever seen it? We just sleep with hope that one day you shall see it, and that's what happens. Infidelity, once it happens and you want to work out, you are looking for a unicorn. So you are holding it like, one day I shall see it. Finally, maybe you shall see it, but I tell you for sure, it's like somebody breaks your leg and it doesn't really get, like, really heal, so you have to limbo your life. That's all you do. You become a limping person all your life. But you know what? Let me tell you what is going to happen. Many people will go through 3 marriages in their life. 3 marriages at least. That is at least in their life. And the first one ends with the first affair. And it will always be your choice to decide, do you want to start a new marriage, or do you want to, with the same person? You're going to be married like 3 times to the same person, because the first one ends the first time you incur the infidelity thing. And now it's your decision to decide, do I want to build another marriage with this person? Do I want to start afresh? Because that's what exactly it's, starting from afresh, trying to know that person like you never met him. And there's nothing hard like that. Because I'm going to tell you for sure, there's nothing hard in this world like trying to love someone, to love a person you broke down. Because the pain is so much, and they will keep bringing the issue up. And you got to listen to them. You got to affirm their feelings, and you're going to validate them, and you're going to tell them it's okay for them to feel that way. And they're going to wake up one day happy, tomorrow they're going to hate you. They are going to be emotional today, tomorrow they're going to be smiling at you. And you know what? You got to put up with that shit, because you broke it, so you gotta fix it. So anyway, welcome aboard. We're going to do this series. We'll talk. We'll have people come contribute and everything else. Several people who are willing to share their story, although most of the time are going to be kind of anonymous. Because, manzi, once you've dealt with that cheater, there's a lot of shame just to admit. Because you're blaming yourself. You think like they cheated because of something you did